Welcome back to First Step Gun Essentials. We're out here at Shooter's World again, and today we're talking about lane etiquette. In our last video, we talked about what you can expect at an indoor range, and we got a special request to talk a little bit more about the common rules that you're going to see at an indoor range. So we're going to be going over a brief overview of that, so stick around. Just a quick review of the 5 universal rules to gun safety. Number 1, we treat all firearms as if they're loaded at all times, no exceptions. If you can do that, you're probably going to follow some of these other rules, like not pointing a firearm at anything you don't want to shoot at. On the range, we're always pointing the firearms down range. Keep your finger off the trigger until you're ready to fire. So proper grip of the gun and keeping your finger out of that trigger well and in line with the gun until you're ready to shoot. Know your target and what's behind it. On a range, it's pretty easy, right? We want to make sure that we are always shooting at our paper and making sure we have controlled shot groups. Always maintain control of your firearm. And that's pretty obvious, but what that means is not just while you're shooting, but in general the whole time while you're in possession of the firearm here at the range. Now let's talk about some range-specific rules. To get started, you should note the range safety officer is in control of the range at all times. They're there to help you, so if you need any assistance, please ask and work with them. Be nice. They're usually nice. Ear and eye protection are to be worn at all times when you're out on the range. Taking them off to readjust or to do something else is prohibited. Firearms are cased and uncased while on the firing line, and again, be sure to keep your firearm pointed downrange once it's out of the case. No one is allowed beyond the firing line. This one seems obvious, but what gets most people is either using the broom to reach beyond or to grab something that they've dropped. If something goes beyond the firing line, let the range safety officer know and they will help you. Additionally, drawing from the holster is prohibited at most indoor ranges. Some allow it with training, and we can talk in another video about practicing your draw, but in most indoor ranges, drawing is prohibited. Here's one that gets a lot of people. No rapid fire. What is rapid fire, you ask? Well, if you have to ask, you're probably doing it. Sometimes people see people start to shoot a couple shot groups a little bit quicker and think that's perfectly acceptable. We all have different levels of training, but keep in mind, rapid fire is pretty obvious. Ask your range safety officer if you have any questions. Here's an example of rapid fire. Always point your firearms downrange. I know I've already said it, but when shooting, keep the muzzle pointed in a way where your bullets are always going to hit the rubber backstop. If you go to any indoor shooting range, you're going to see that there have been a lot of stray shots that have hit the walls, the ceiling, the floor. The bullets need to go, obviously, ideally through your target, but in a way that they impact the rubber backstop. Anyone under the age of 18 needs to be accompanied by a parent or legal guardian. No pregnant women, food or drink, or tobacco products, including smokeless tobacco products, are allowed on the range. Shell casings must be swept past the firing line, and you're allowed to pick up your own brass. Rented firearms must use ammo provided by Shooter's World. If you don't have your own firearm and you're not a member here at Shooter's World, you must have a buddy with you in order to rent your firearm before coming out onto the range. We hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to check out your local gun range and get some training in. If you happen to be in the Phoenix or Peoria area, be sure to check out Shooter's World. If you like this video, please consider liking, subscribing, and sharing it, and let us know what you think in the comments below. Have a good day.